what I find very strange personally about me, that MBS, the young crown prince of Saudi Arabia, is doing exactly what I called for as a reporter, as a columnist, as an editor-in-chief. He's doing the things I got fired for. He's purging corruption, and every Saudi writer is called for that. He is destroying extremism. He's limiting the power of the princes. The power of the princes, they exploited the country. We the Saudis, we see them as 10,000 little kings walking around us. He is for women's rights, allowing women to drive. But I feel that he is doing the right things the wrong way. Why? Because his style is hasty. He's as if he was a surgeon who wants to operate in 10 patients on one time. In 5 years, he elevated to power. Not only to power as a crown prince, but to control almost every important aspect of political and economic and militarily matters of Saudi Arabia. So whatever he is doing to counter Iranian threat, it is not working. So he needs to revise the strategy. But how can he revise the strategy when there is no environment of debate? There is no discourse in Saudi Arabia to discuss success and failures. Even when it comes to reform. It's a great plan he put for us, 2030. But even when he had to revise the plan, the news of the revision came from the Financial Times, not from local Saudi paper. I still feel that there has to be an open discourse to discuss those important transformational issues that we the Saudis are going through. They are so important, so existential, that if it failed, it might be, maybe we'll not have another chance in Saudi Arabia. That I see a repeat of Jamal Abdel Nasser, Egypt. Jamal Abdel Nasser was very smart, very ambitious, very patriotic, loved his country, and wanted to transform it into the future, to transform it into to become a better nation, to ease poverty. And Mohammed bin Salman wants the same thing. And they're almost the same age when they reached power. Even Nasser is about 4 or 5 years older when he came to power in Egypt in the 1952 coup. MBS is 32, about 4 or 5 years difference. But Nasser believed in himself. And even the smart advisors around him learned to say the things that Nasser wanted them to say. And we all know how the story of this ambitious leader, who many Arabs still glorify him, how miserably he failed. And the Egyptians still are paying for the faults of Nasser. I'm afraid for the same thing for Saudi Arabia. Mohammed bin Salman is sincere. He's doing the right things for us, but he needs to broaden the base of leadership, more consensus. I would love to have a parliamentarian system, but I'm sure somebody will say the Saudis are not ready for that. But we need some form of Islamic or secular, some form of a check and balance. Eventually, he will have to look at the people to seek legitimacy or to seek support. But when he does that, it has to be, maybe it will be a beginning of a discourse or a discussion about some form of sharing power with him as a king of Saudi Arabia. Thank you very much.